What is up, Phenom fam? Welcome back to the YouTube channel, and in today's video, Tyler and I are going to be giving you our predictions for WrestleMania 34. Tyler, welcome.
It's good to be back.
Of course it's good to be back. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
We are predicting the outcome of the matches for WrestleMania 34. We are recording this on Thursday, the Thursday before WrestleMania. So if any other matches come up somehow between then and now, we won't know about them. We won't be predicting the outcome of them. But that's okay. That's okay.
It is okay.
And one thing that I want to do is I want us to predict the matches, but I also want us to say who we would want to win the match.
Of course. That makes sense.
So we're going to start off with the first match on this here Wikipedia list of the WrestleMania 34 card. And that's the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
One thing that we should say right now, these matches we may have trouble with because we don't necessarily know everybody that's going to be in it.
True. So the Battle Royals might be a little bit harder to pin down with our predictions.
For me, the women's one will be a little more simpler, and you'll find out why.
Okay, all right. With the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, I kind of get this feeling that Woken Matt Hardy might walk away with a victory there.
Yes.
But I'm not 100% sure. I'm honestly not sure who's in it. I don't know if anyone's supposed to like come back in it or anything. I don't know. I think Woken Matt Hardy is my prediction to win the Memorial Battle Royal.
Who do you want to win?
I mean, granted, like I said, I don't know who all is supposed to be in it, but probably Matt Hardy or Jeff Hardy if he's in it, but I don't think Jeff Hardy's in it.
I think... See, this one's really tricky, because if we at least knew all of the participants, it might be easier, but... Who I want to win, I would want maybe like a wild card one, maybe like an underdog. If anything, I would want Ty Dillinger to win it because I think he is way overdue for a push. He truly deserves one. He has been treated unfair ever since he joined the main roster, so I want Ty Dillinger to win. As for who I think is going to win, I guess Baron Corbin, make it a two-time winner.
I mean, I could see it, but at the same time, it feels like they don't even really push the person who ends up winning. I feel like they talk about it for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then that's it. And then nobody cares anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like it's meant to give somebody a big push, but then they never follow through with it. So I wish and I hope they follow through with it this year, but we'll have to see. The next matchup on this here card is the Women's Battle Royal.
This one's easier.
So who do you think is going to win?
Who I think and who I want to win. It's the same female. My prediction, Becky Lynch.
That's a good pick.
I think... See, I want Becky to win because it's Becky. I love Becky. Of course, I want her to win. And I think it will be her because I think out of everybody, at least the ones that have been announced so far, she has the most to gain for it, and I think she's the most believable one. And she is definitely due for at least another shot at that women's championship. It's the way I see it.
I think out of the ladies that have been announced for the Women's Battle Royal, they actually do have a little chart here.
We're looking at his phone, don't worry.
See, I think they might go with someone who's like an underdog, so maybe Ruby Riott, honestly. I don't know how content they are with pushing Ruby Riott though. I don't know. I'll just say Ruby Riott for shits and giggles as my prediction. Who I want to win. I don't know. Who I want? I'd say Becky Lynch probably.
Okay, so there's one that we agree with.
All right. Next matchup is Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali for the Cruiserweight Championship.
This one, I actually think they're going to have Mustafa Ali go over.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have him win it. I want Cedric Alexander to win it, though.
That's exactly my thing as well. I think Mustafa Ali is going to win it. That's my prediction. But I would like to see Cedric Alexander go over. So we'll see what happens. Now, obviously, this isn't in order of how they're going to show up on the pay-per-view. But the next one on this list is Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. And I think it goes without saying.
We don't have to go into detail about this.
Yeah, I think it goes without saying Roman Reigns is going to win.
And I will. It's not just. I don't know. I can't speak for you fully when I say this. I can speak for us when I say we both think that Roman's going to win because we know he's going to win. And I don't know how you feel, but truth be told, I want Roman to win because I am sick and freaking tired of Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
I've been tired of him since he came back to WWE.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm sick of hearing about Brock Lesnar being Universal Champion and showing up to defend it like 3 pay-per-views out of the year and holding it for how long he's held it now. Almost a year or whatever the hell it is.
I think he literally just passed the full year mark.
That's stupid.
This past Raw was the 1 year mark.
That's so dumb. I mean, it goes without saying that it's Roman's gonna win, and I want Roman to win. So next up, and I honestly hope this match closes out the show, AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura.
I hope so too, but it's wishful thinking.
Yeah. Wishful thinking indeed. I think Nakamura's gonna win, and I want Nakamura to win because AJ's had the title for quite a bit now. And as much as I do love AJ Styles, I think it's Nakamura's time for a title run.
You basically just took the words out of my mouth. As far as who I want to win, it could go either way. I don't mind. I'm more of a Styles fan, but I don't mind who wins. But I do think that it is Nakamura's time. I think they will have him win the WWE title.
Glad we're in agreement on that. Well, for the most part. The next one is the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor.
See, this one is like one big thing with me. I don't know how to put it, but I would not mind whoever wins this. Like, there's not one specific person I want to win, but with all 3 of them, I have a reason as to why I think each of them would win, because I think Miz could win because it would be a big curveball. It would show he just overcame the odds.
Yeah.
I think Finn could do it because they were really building him up, and they just had him lose to Seth. And with that logic, the way that they always do it, if somebody loses, looks weak on the final Raw or SmackDown before the pay-per-view, that means they're going over. Plus, Finn is due for a title run, especially when he, got screwed out of being the Universal Champion. And then there's Seth. I think he could because I feel like they want to get the Shield as all Grand Slam champions now.
I mean, it's understandable. I'm kind of in agreement with you on that. The only thing is I think Miz might not win because I feel like they might have Miz drop the title and write him off TV for a couple of months so he can be home with Maurice since he just had a daughter.
That's true.
I'd say if I had to pick, I want Finn Balor to win. Of course, obviously, he's my World Heavyweight Champion right now.
Oh, yeah.
But I think Seth might come away with the Intercontinental Championship.
Like I said, I don't mind whoever wins, but if I had to pick who I think will win, just one person, I am torn between Seth and Finn. Like, I do think we're going to see a new Intercontinental Champion, but just by a smidge, I am more so leaning towards Seth.
For who you want or who you think?
Who
Both.
I think.
Both? Or just who you think?
Who I think is going to win. Like, just a smidge, I think Rollins has more of a chance than Finn. But who I do want to win, though, it could be anybody. I wouldn't mind.
All right. So then, the next one is Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal versus Rusev for the United States Championship.
Who I think and want, Randy Orton.
See, this one's tough because I was thinking about it, and as much as I don't want it to happen, I feel like Rusev might go over just because the whole Rusev Day thing is so popular, which I personally don't understand. But I would really much rather either Randy Orton retain the title or Bobby Roode win back the title. But I don't know. If I had to pick one, I'd probably say I want Orton to retain.
Notice how between the two of us, we talked about 3 of them. So now knowing that way, that logic, Jinder Mahal will win.
Oh, jeez, please don't. Please don't. So yeah, I think my prediction is Rusev wins, but I want Orton to retain. All right, so the next match is Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax for the Women's Championship. I kind of think we know how this one's going to end.
Think and no?
That's...
Think and one, I'm sorry.
I personally want Alexa Bliss to retain, but I think Nia Jax is going to win.
I think Nia will win, and I want Nia to win because I love Alexa Bliss. I do, but it's definitely Nia's time.
That's true, yeah. I'm changing my opinion. I want Nia to win, and I think she's going to win.
And I will say there is something about this match that I'm going to talk about again, but we're going to get to that. So remember that. We're going to come back to it.
All right. So next match is Charlotte versus Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I think Asuka is going to win. I think that's kind of goes without saying. But honestly, I kind of wouldn't mind seeing Charlotte retain, just because I don't like Asuka that much personally. But
well, this is quicker than I thought. But so this is what I see happening. I really thought about this, thought long and hard, and I think this is very, very much possible. So the reason why I said we're going to go back to the Alexa Bliss Nia Jax thing, Nia Jax wins the Raw Women's Championship. She will be, big, destructible force, and whatnot. Nobody can beat her.
Yep.
Right now, Asuka has been on both Raw and SmackDown.
Yep.
So right now, we don't really know which official show she's on.
Mm-hmm.
The way that I see Asuka and Charlotte going, somehow, some way, I think Asuka is going to win the match, but she will not win the title. What I'm saying is either Charlotte could accidentally get herself disqualified, or like the last second she can't make it in the ring and gets counted out. So Asuka wins, but Charlotte retains. So both are kept strong, but then maybe Asuka is so mad she attacks Charlotte, leaves, Carmella comes out and cashes in Money in the Bank, finally wins. She wins it. So I think Asuka will win, not win the title, attack Charlotte, and then Carmella will cash in and win the title. Now, the reason I bring up Bliss and Jax, Asuka could go back to Raw because the way that they build up Asuka, she will be the only one that's believable enough to beat Nia Jax. So then they could have a feud.
That makes a lot of sense. I was going to save extra add-on predictions until the very end, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I was going to say that I could see Carmella cashing in during or after the SmackDown Women's Championship match.
If she catches in during the match, then Asuka's gonna beat her. So then that way, Carmella will look weak, but hey, we protected Charlotte and Asuka.
Yeah. Well, moving on, we've got Cesaro and Sheamus, the Bar, taking on Braun Strowman and blank. Possibly Brain Strowman?
I loved that so much.
No, but we don't know who his partner is. Honestly, I don't know if they'll do it, but my prediction for a while has been that Braun Strowman will somehow win the tag titles on his own and be both tag team champions. Although, at the same time,
I said he has to have a partner.
I know, but still. He could find a way to mess with it. But at the same time, it's like, as funny as I think it would be to see that happen, I also don't want to see Cesaro and Sheamus just get buried like that, you know what I mean? By one person, even though it is Braun Strowman. So, I think my prediction is that Braun and whoever his champion, whoever his partner is, will win the match.
Soon to be champion.
But I think his partner, I'll make two predictions for this. I think his partner is either going to be Bray Wyatt or The Big Show.
I think his partner is going to be The Big Show. And I think and want them to win the titles.
Yes. Me as well. The next one on here is the Usos versus the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
I more so want... I absolutely love the New Day. Absolutely love them. I think they are due a WrestleMania win. They are. But there is a bigger part of me that's saying I want the Bludgeon Brothers to win because I don't know why, but I just love the gimmick. And I think Harper and Rowan are definitely due for a tag team title run. So I want them to win just a little bit more than the New Day. I think the New Day will win, but I will be specific about this. I think they will pin the Usos, one of the Usos, so then that way the Bludgeon Brothers still look strong, and that way they can say they weren't beat, so they can still have like a shot at the tag team titles.
That sounds just about right. That's what I was going to go with too. But just to make things interesting, I'll say that I want the Bludgeon Brothers to win, and I think that the Bludgeon Brothers are going to win. So, next up we've got Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Next tag team match.
I don't care.
I don't really care about this match either, to be honest with you.
Let's just skip the match. We already know who's going to win that.
Yeah, it's true.
Fuck Ronda Rousey.
PG, Tyler.
Do you blame me?
No, not really.
And fuck Asuka. And fuck Charlotte.
You're a little late on those two, but I'll let them slide.
And fuck Sasha Banks, even though that was how long ago.
Okay, now you're really going back in time. You gotta calm down.
I am calm.
All right, and then the last match on this card, but it's not gonna be the last one we talk about. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This one kind of goes without saying. I want D. Bryan Shane to win. I think D. Bryan Shane are going to win. I feel like sorry to cut you off, but I feel like it'd be stupid to bring Daniel Bryan back in his comeback match, technically, and have his team take a loss.
Obviously, I want Daniel Bryan and Shane to win. See, I don't know who I think's going to win because you got to keep that one stipulation in mind. If Owens and Zayn win, they get their jobs back. But
that's true.
See, I could see one of two things happening. Either Daniel Bryan or Shane will turn heel, cost their team the match so that Owens and Zayn win and get their jobs back. Or Bryan and Shane will win, so then Owens and Zayn are still fired. And the next SmackDown, they could be like, you know what? You guys learned your lesson. We're going to give you your jobs back anyway.
I was thinking maybe Daniel Bryan and Shane win. So, Sammy and Kevin are still fired, but then they do the Superstar shakeup and they end up on Raw.
That's true. Well, no, they wouldn't be eligible because technically they'd be fired from SmackDown.
Yeah, but WWE can fudge the storylines how they want, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's just what I was thinking, but who knows?
Now the coup de grace of all the matches.
This one obviously has yet to be officially confirmed, but Undertaker versus John Cena. It's yet to be confirmed. Rumors are circulating at this point that it's going to be like an impromptu match at WrestleMania. And I guess we're going to see if it actually happens, but just in case it does, we're going to make predictions for it anyway. I want Undertaker to win because I feel like it'd be kind of dumb to build everything up to this and have him come back and take a loss. But I think they're just going to have him take another loss and this be his like last match. As much as I don't want him to take another loss, I just feel like that's what they're building to. So we'll have to see. But I want Taker to win, but I think John Cena is going to win.
I think as long as this match happens, I think Taker will win. Who I want to win. I may be hated for this. I want John Cena to win. Because ever since Taker had no problem losing to Lesnar, losing the streak, I have had no respect for The Undertaker. So, Taker loses, I don't care.
I could see where you're coming with that. I could see where you're going with that. I do have a bonus prediction about how the match is going to come about. Now, this is probably a very stupid prediction because we're literally like 2 days from WrestleMania.
Well, no, we're 3.
3, technically. But my prediction for how the match is going to happen is that sometime between today, Thursday, April 5th, at 7:08 p.m., and so from sometime between now and when WrestleMania begins,
7:09.
John Cena will be announced as the host of WrestleMania since he doesn't technically have a match. Then at some point, probably when they do the thing that they always lie about how they set a record, an attendance record, how they always fudge the numbers for that, they're going to talk about some attendance record that they set. And then John Cena's going to be like, that's cool and all, but there's one person that's not in attendance tonight, and that's The Undertaker. And he's going to start talking some shit. He's going to talk some shit, and then Undertaker's going to come out. And that's gonna start the match pretty much. So that's my prediction for how that match is gonna come about. Is that a stupid prediction? Probably. But we'll have to see what happens. You have any extra predictions about that match, Tyler?
No.
All right. Well, guys, these are our predictions for what happens at WrestleMania 34. If there's any more matches announced, like we said, we're not going to cover them in this video, but this video is going to be going out Saturday afternoon. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We're excited for WrestleMania. We're going to be live streaming our reactions live Sunday night. Be sure to pack a punch that like button. Be sure to subscribe with the notification bell turned on. Have a phenomenal day. And guys, Phenom, out.
Fuck the revival.
PG, Tyler. God damn it.
PG.
PG.